Good morning. Please take your seats. Before we get started, I have to acknowledge a number of dignitaries that are in the room, starting with Marie-Therese Dominguez, the Commissioner of New York State Transportation. She's here. We got a chance to talk back in the kitchen. We have Matthew Driscoll, the Director of New York State Thruway, another good friend of ours. We have from the state legislators, we have Senator Skoufis I saw come in. We have Assemblywoman Aileen Gunther, Assemblyman Jonathan Jacobson, Assemblyman Carl Brabennick. Welcome to you as well. Our mayors, we have our Middletown Mayor, Joe DiStefano, a good friend of mine. Mayor from Newburgh, Torrance Harvey, another good guy doing the hard work over there. Peekskill Mayor Andre Rainey is here. All right, welcome as well. We have the Harriman Mayor, Steve Welly, doing a fine job down here. A lot of town supervisors from Orange County, a number of my fellow county legislators that serve with me in county government. We have Stephen Yoloff, the CEO of Simon Properties. Just stand up real. He is the one in charge of Woodbury Commons, and we're so thankful for your sales tax, so thank you for being here. My friend Maureen Hallahan from the Orange County Partnership, as well as my friend Lynn Cione from the Orange County Chamber of Commerce, co-hosting this with us today. Welcome. A lot of our friends from labor here, and nobody that we haven't heard from, but Todd DiOrio. I saw him in here earlier. Todd DiOrio from the building trades from the Hudson Valley. Sitting next to him, Todd, welcome. Sitting next to him is Ross Pepe, the president of the Hudson Valley Construction Industry Council, another good friend. And thank you all our friends and members of the labor that's here in the audience. So today's an exciting day for Orange County, and it wouldn't have happened without Governor Cuomo. Today, Governor Cuomo is once again proving that he doesn't just talk the talk when it comes to rebuilding our infrastructure all across New York. He actually is delivering on that promise. For 20 years, people talked about replacing the Tappan Zee Bridge, but all that talk amounted to nothing more than a series of false starts. We all know that. Governor Cuomo actually got it done. He had modernized our airport by expanding Stewart International Airport here in Orange County, bringing more visitors to the region, and he built a state-of-the-art Hudson Valley Catskills Welcome Center here at our own Woodbury Commons. Almost 2 years ago, Governor Cuomo came here to Woodbury to announce the start of the construction of this project. We all remember it was at the DOT headquarters. I think it was a cold, rainy day, and you were talking about your vision of bringing light to this area. So he truly understood the importance of rebuilding our roadways and transportation infrastructure to fit the needs of the 21st century economy. He understands the importance of getting it done quickly because anyone who's driven through Woodbury, through the Commons and through the Woodbury Commons areas for shopping knows that the traffic is miserable and unattainable. So Governor Cuomo accelerated this project through a new design-build method, and now the Woodbury Road Transit and Economic Development Hub is complete 5 years ahead of schedule and right before the holidays. But make no mistake, investing in our infrastructure isn't just about roads and bridges. It's about jobs and families and businesses who travel to get them in and stay in, and also stay in our region for the fuel that makes our economy run. So today, it's not just about easing traffic. It is about making a commitment to building a better future for New York. So I want to again thank Governor Cuomo for his dedication to this project and the region. And I have one last thing in here. In less than 9 months, we are going to be opening the most transformational new thing in the Hudson Valley scene, the new Legoland, biggest one in this country. I will tell you, this would not have happened without the support of Governor Cuomo. He made this happen. It was a cold December day, I think 2 years ago, and we were on the ropes negotiating to try to have Legoland come here. The local town was on board, but Legoland had a lot of questions and burdens. Governor Cuomo came in, wiped them all out, and made that happen. And Governor, I have to tell you, I am so grateful on behalf of the county because this is going to help me put people to work, bring my kids to, and it's just a wonderful thing, and it would not have happened to you. I got to give you another round of applause for that. So now, please join me in welcoming the 56th Governor of the State of New York, Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you. Wow, what a great day. It is a great day, and it's great to be indoors. And you're right, we're not cold today. First, the York County Executive, Steve Newhouse. He has been a great partner, and today really shows what you can do when you work together. And it's a lesson that government has to learn all across this country, and especially in Washington, D.C. When you actually focus on getting the job done for people, and cooperating and being reasonable, we can do extraordinary things. And that is Steve Newhouse, and today we did an extraordinary thing. Let's give him a round of applause. We have Marie-Therese Dominguez, the Commissioner of DOT, who's done a great job here. Let's give her a round of applause. Matthew Driscoll, he's a former mayor of Syracuse. He's now the director of the Thruway Authority, but he's held a lot of key positions for us. And I've learned the new adage, you don't really know someone until you've been through hurricanes, storms, and earthquakes with them. And I've been through all that with Matt, and he always gets the job done. Matt Driscoll. We have Kelly Cummings, my Director of State Operations, who quarterbacked the project for us on the second floor. Let's give her a round of applause. Wahid Albert, who's the Chief of Engineer. When they say it can't be done, Wahid finds a way to get it done one way or the other. Wahid Albert. And I want to thank my legislative partners who are here, Aileen Gunther, Jonathan Jacobson, Carl Burbadnik, and James Skoufis. Thank you very much. Give him a round of applause. And someone who's not here, he's had to be in Washington, D.C., so we have to applaud loud so he'll hear us. But Sean Patrick Maloney was really all over this project and wanted to make it happen. So, the county executive framed today right. The first issue is that this is about economic development. Why? Because economic development is the county executive's top priority. It's my top priority as governor. It is about creating jobs. It is about creating jobs. If the economy is running and you're creating jobs, then you can do everything else. If you're creating jobs, people are coming to this state, they're attracted to the jobs, they're staying in the state, young people are coming back. It's about job creation. You're creating jobs, you have the economy running, we have a tax base, the county executive can do good things, the state can do good things and invest, but you need the economy to be running. The Mid-Hudson Valley has for many years had untapped economic potential. I believe that. Some places in the state, some places in the country, the economy basically is self-fertilizing. It grows on itself. New York City, that economy just continually renews itself. There are other parts of the state that have the potential, but somebody has to till the soil and do the preparation work to get the economy to actually blossom. And that's the issue in the Mid-Hudson. What does it take to get it going? First, the state has to have the right business climate. Second, you have to have investment capital. Third, you have to have transportation. State business climate means the state has to be open for business. You can't have the highest tax rates in the United States and think businesses are going to come here or people are going to stay here. That's an old hangover New York arrogance, I call it. You know, at one time we thought in New York, whatever we did, people couldn't leave because they had to stay in New York, because we're New York, right? Where else would they go? How could they leave New York? There really is no other place to go. Actually, there are other places to go. If you look at a map, you will see New York, and then you see these other shapes next to New York. Those are called other states. And people can go there. They've been proven to be habitable. So if you continue to torment people and raise taxes and be difficult, they will leave. And they did leave. And we learned the lesson the hard way. And now we've gone exactly the opposite direction. Brought down state spending to record low increases so we could reduce taxes all across the board. Everybody in this room pays a lower tax rate today than the day I was elected. Everybody in this room, period. And we capped property taxes, which is the largest tax in the state of New York. Is actually not the state income tax, it's the property taxes, which is about double the state income tax. We capped the property taxes and we changed the overall business environment and relationship. And we now work 7 days a week trying to attract businesses to come here. When the county executive was talking about Legoland, Legolands of the world can go anywhere. And they have every state pitching them to go there. You know how you win? By outworking, outcompeting, by out-soliciting, by putting together an attractive package. And we do that now aggressively, and we do it well. But that's the state business climate. The investment capital is the old expression, it takes money to make money. When you have an area like the Mid-Hudson, somebody has to go first. Somebody has to provide the seed capital to start getting that engine running. They say government doesn't create jobs, and it doesn't. It creates some public sector jobs. But government can incentivize and stimulate private businesses to come in. Back to Legoland, we provided an incentive package. And now Legoland is coming here, and Legoland is going to be creating jobs, attracting visitors who are going to have lunch and dinner and stay in hotels, etc. That's what government can do. Provide that seed capital, that investment capital. And then transportation. You want to develop businesses, you want to develop a community, people have to be able to get there. And that's the transportation system. And you look at how this nation was developed, it followed the transportation system. When we built that road network, Eisenhower, all across the country, then development followed. So transportation drives the development. In terms of investment capital, the state has been very aggressive in providing investment capital all across the state. The state economy is really 10 different regions, and we attack it as 10 different regions with 10 different regional economic development plans. In total, we've invested at about $11 billion, but here in the Mid-Hudson Valley, you can see the businesses that we've actually attracted. And we know it's working, not anecdotally, because you look at the numbers. And we have created about 93,000 new jobs, and the unemployment rate is down by 50%, and that says it all. Housing market is booming. Orange County, the housing market has roughly tripled since 2011. And very importantly, young people are coming back. Young people are coming back. And that means the future is coming back. One of the most frightening statistics of the state was when we had a net loss of young people. When young people were going away to college and never coming back. Or when a family was saying to their sons and daughters, you know what, maybe you have to move somewhere else to get a job. That is a death knell for a state. We've turned that around, and young people are now coming here, especially to the Mid-Hudson Valley. We've invested in tourism, which is a very big economic engine for our state. It's making us a lot of money all across the state. The walkway over the Hudson has been a phenomenon of a tourism attraction. Minnewaska State Park. We are going to expand the Purple Heart Hall of Fame. That's going to be a national destination. The Empire State Trail, $100 million. The tourism income has increased from $3.7 billion to $5.3 billion. That's really driving the economic resurgence. And then it's about transportation. If you build it, they will come. It's true. And we have been building more than any state in the United States of America. We build more than any state in the United States. New LaGuardia JFK Airport, new MTA $50 billion record investment for Metro North and the Long Island Railroad and the transit system. We're building a new train hall across the street from Penn Station, because going into Penn Station is like going into the 7 levels of hell. Amtrak owns it. They don't like it when I say that. Then fix Penn, and I won't say it. We're rebuilding the Long Island Railroad, a new 2nd track, a new 3rd track, new airports all across the state, Syracuse, Rochester, Albany, Ithaca. We've had a partnership with the women and men of organized labor that is second to none, and they have delivered for us all across this state, and I want to give them a round of applause. And here, the new Stewart International Airport, we're investing $34 million. You want to talk about untapped potential? I think that airport has phenomenal potential. You have the New York City airports that are already overburdened. Cargo going into the New York City airports has to deal with the New York City traffic. I think there's great potential for Stewart, and we just had to put in the investment capital to build the facility to make it an international destination. The cashless tolling on the thruway saves time, saves money. It's an initial investment, but it's going in well. Congratulations again, Matt Driscoll. New Newburgh Beacon Bridge, the Governor Mario Cuomo Bridge, $4 billion bridge, largest infrastructure project in the United States of America. That new bridge, after 20 years of talking about it. So the goal is to expedite transportation, right? Make it easy for people to get to you. Certainly, don't frustrate people. Don't make it hard to get to you. And that's exactly what we have done in the Woodbury Commons area. By the way, I like Woodbury Commons, not just for the tax revenue, but for your style and your charm and your charisma and your personality, and for your sales tax revenue. But Steve, you used the word miserable. It has been horrendous. I mean, Woodbury Commons is one of the greatest international tourist destinations, and it has been a horrendous situation to get there. The traffic pattern was designed in the 50s. No one anticipated the growth of the entire region. Nobody anticipated the growth of Woodbury Commons, but the entire road system just did not work. And God forbid you tried to go there during a holiday or a big shopping period. It was really a taxing experience. I drove my daughters one day. I'm a patient guy, but I'm not that patient. And I wasn't patient that day. I mean, it was really, really impossible. Well, why didn't anyone do anything about it? Because the real answer to do something about it was you had to redesign the entire traffic system. And that is difficult, and that is ambitious, and it's expensive. And we've gotten to a point as a society, we've gotten to a point as a government where, you know what, we don't want to take on the hard ones. We don't want to take on the difficult ones. Why? Because they're risky. They're frightening. What if it goes bad? What if the community gets upset? How about all the people who are going to be angry because there's construction and everybody gets angry that there's construction? What if the budget is, what if it goes late? Why would an elected official, why would a politician say, I'm going to take on a risky venture? Why? Nobody's done it for 30 years. Just be one of those people who didn't do it for 30 years. That's the safe path. Yes. And that's what we've done for many, many, many years. But it's a path, my friends, that leads nowhere, because then there is no progress, and there is no improvement. Yes, it's a risk, but if you don't take the risk, you don't get the reward. And the places and the states that just sit in the status quo, they are going to get passed by because it's a competition, and everybody else is building and growing and moving. And if you're standing still, you're actually being left behind. And I'm tired of this state being left behind. So we take on the hard ones and the difficult ones. And we did stand up in 2017, and we said we were going to do it, and we were going to do it right, and we were going to do it soup to nuts and come up with the full, robust solution. And we did. There's a new traffic pattern modeled after a design used in France. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says. We call it the croissant pattern. No, we don't. What do they call it? The diverging diamonds. It's also a card game. But what it does is it routes traffic on Route 32. So you don't have to stop it and wait for people to make the turns off 32, which has been causing a lot of the congestion. 2 new bridges, adding additional lanes to 32, and raising the capacity of Route 17 to interstate standards, right? Because Route 17 has been a problem for a long time, and we do need a comprehensive solution for Route 17. But elevating those bridges makes Route 17, brings Route 17 up to the standards of an interstate. We had to separate the local traffic from the visitor traffic because the two were intermingled. We built a new underpass under Route 32 with roundabouts on each end, new on-off ramps, reconfiguring access from Route 17 to 32 and from 32 to 17, and a new south entrance and exit for Woodbury Commons. So if people are going there directly, they go there directly without going on the local roads and creating more congestion. We also put in a park and ride, 200 commuter spaces. The more people we can get out of cars, the better, and this will facilitate that. And it was a problem for the local Monroe Woodbury High School because the school buses were getting tangled in that traffic, and we built a road that connects the high school with the elementary school. It was a massive undertaking, and a lot of people did the impossible on this one. And I want to thank, again, the Commissioner of Transportation, her entire team, the Thruway Authority. Their team worked above and beyond. County Executive Newhouse was there. Whatever we needed, he was a great partner. None of it happens without the State Senate and the Assembly because they had to approve the $150 million, which is a lot of money, and they had to convince their colleagues that the $150 million should go to this project as opposed to any other project in any other district. But they did a masterful job, and they got that done. And I want to thank the community that dealt with us through the construction and also endured the pain and the hardship for all the years leading up to this. But the bottom line is we did it, and we did it together, and it did work, and we did it ahead of schedule, and we did it under budget. And at the end of the day, it gets very simple. And we all want to do the same thing, whether we're a governor or a commissioner or a county executive or a citizen or a father or a mother or a significant other. God gives us a piece of time on this place called Earth. And it's a relatively short period of time. And the older we get, the shorter the period of time feels. And we have that opportunity to do one thing: leave this place better than you found it. Make it better for you having been here. Leave your children a better world than the world you had. That's it. That's it. Every philosopher says it, every religion says it, every leader says it. Do good things while you're here. make a difference. This will make a difference for Orange County and the Hudson Valley, and for our children and for their children. Thank you for making it happen. God bless you.